It's time for me to speak. Welcome to the show, everyone. This is Spirit Medium Laura, and I will be doing heavenly messages from Spirit for all of you. That means other side connections, as well as answers to your questions about your life, and also medical mediumship if that comes up, and healing, and a whole gamut of things. You name it, I do it if Spirit is guiding me to do so. So many of you are asking, how do I get in the queue for reading? It's going to be difficult to get to you now. It's usually better to call in at 6:45, or that's Eastern time. So whatever your time zone is, it's quarter to the hour. And the phone number for that is area code. Hold on a second, I have to find it. It's on everything that I have. It's on my Facebook page. It's on my blog, is everywhere. But anyway, the phone number to call is area code 347-945-9849. That's area code 347-945-9849. And there is a website for the show. It is called spiritmediumtv.com, and there you can find a myriad of resources, including the instructions I just gave you. As well, if you have an urgent matter that just can't wait, you can donate 8 and jump the gate. That's the donation. That gives you sort of a guarantee to be spoken with. We do have free readings here, of course, as per availability if I have no donations. And I have given you the phone number. I'll say it again. It's area code 347-945-5849. I must tell everybody the queue is pretty much full. But I do this on Facebook, even though a lot of you may not have seen me yet on Facebook. I do it because every Monday I do this. And if I don't get to you tonight, maybe because you heard about it kind of late, you can always come back another time and call in before the hour or make a donation. So what was I going to say? So tonight we're going to be doing a little focus subject. We always do. Oh, this is what I want to say. Next week, which would be July 8th, I will not be doing the show live. I will be putting a repeat show in place, not on Facebook because that's the live portion of this, but on Blog Talk Radio, which is the back end for this. So if you're on my mailing list, and I recommend you do, you'll be notified of that. Plus, every week I'm providing new articles and new opportunities, new offers for you, keeping you up to date. Okay? And to join the mailing list, just go to spiritmediumtv.com, and there you can join the mailing list. You'll get a myriad of free resources, including free numerology report if you so desire. And there's a couple of channeled solutions there. One of them is the miracle method to manifesting things that you want in your life. There's a grief relief channeled section there, and a couple of other resources as well. So join our mailing list. You'll be kept informed of what's going on with the radio show as well. You'll be reminded. Hi, Danny. Pleasure to speak with you on Facebook. Thank you so much for tuning in. So tonight's focus subject is how to get signs from Spirit. Well, that's a good subject, right? I hope you don't laugh too much, but the sign I got from Spirit, which prompted the article, was the shape of a heart on a paper towel in my kitchen. It was made from a drop of coffee, and it made a nice big heart on this paper towel. But I had already been sort of attuned to hearts. I'm attuned to seeing hearts. Everywhere I go, I see hearts, and I look for the incident that happens around the heart. And when I did post this on Facebook on Spirit Medium Laura, my public figure page, facebook.com/Spirit Medium Laura. And I got a lot of different signs and symbols that people were getting. It was kind of interesting. But if you may have some already that you're getting, you may not, but it's good to have this because really there is guidance in there. There's a lot of guidance. When you see your sign or your symbol, you can have more than one, but I have hearts, okay? I'll see a heart made out of the oddest of things, okay? Not just a pretty little cloud in the sky, but once, when I had cats, my cats have all gone to heaven now, but when I had 2 cats, I was changing the litter one morning, and in the litter, lo and behold, the litter had formed a heart. And I said to myself, I don't know if this was a good sign or a bad sign from Spirit. Let's see what happens. Well, make a long story short, it was kind of a bad sign or bad omen. Something happened in my love life that was not very agreeable to me. Ultimately, it was the best thing, so I guess you could say it was a good thing. But it was like alerting me, kind of oddly. Like a very crappy love sign. Yes, excuse the pun. And so I was. Something happened later in the day that related to that. So if you want to get signs, there's an article on my website which goes into this. Spiritmediumtv.com is a page on my website, and you'll see the articles on the sidebar under recent posts. And you can find it in the future by searching my website for signs, ampersand, that's the and symbol, and symbols, signs and symbols. Or you can search for how to get signs and the word and symbols from spirit. And so here are the directions that are in the article. I'm going to go right over to it right now. It's kind of simple. Pay attention to your environment. You're looking for something. Notice any unusual formations. Yeah, you might notice a heart shape from a cloud in the sky. One of my respondents on Facebook saw rainbows everywhere, whatever your sign is. Notice if you keep seeing that one symbol in different ways over a period of time. It could be a couple of days, weeks, or months. The timeline's not as important as you noticing it. Once you've acknowledged that you're seeing the same symbol or sign over and over again, you have a symbol. Now watch to see what happens around seeing the symbol the next time you see it. Become alert, become vigilant, pay attention. And then you'll notice, perhaps, it's not always the case, but most of the time, an incident will happen around that symbol, and it would be the same type of incident. Or however your sign gets set up with you. We do have divine beings on a higher plane that are working with us. You can call them an angel, you can call them your spirit guide, you can call them your extraterrestrial, I don't care what you call them, but we do have beings that are more evolved than us that are helping us, guardian angel, they're helping us on our life path. And quite often they're going to use signs and symbols as ways to communicate. This helps you become more intuitive. It helps you get in touch with that ability that we all have that gives us an added tool for living a successful life. Intuition is very helpful to us. As a matter of fact, if you're curious, there's a soul abundance video I have for free on my website. If you go to Spirit Medium TV, you'll see soul abundance on the main menu. You click on that, you'll read about it. But soul abundance is all about attuning to your intuition, your psychic, all of you have it, psychic ability. And the more you do that, the more you align with that, the more abundance will flow to you. You'll sort of track into something, an energy that was there all along, but you weren't paying attention. But when you start to pay attention, you will be led. You'll have more synchronicity. You might have more hunches or feelings about things. You then begin to live your right life, attracting in the right components to you, your polarity. Think of yourself like a note or a vibration. Each of you has a note or a vibration. And some of you, if you're not on point for who you really are, who your authentic self is, which again is an intuitive process, if you're living half awake, half conscious, your note or vibration will be very weak. So I'm going to make a note sound right now, okay? So let's imagine that you're not very aware, not very conscious. And so your vibration or the frequency that you emanate might sound a little dull and quiet, like, But when you become more aware of who you are by using your intuition, you can become a louder and more vibrant and clearer note, like, I don't know what to do with this note thing, but imagine, very loud, beautiful note as if it was an angel singing from heaven. So when you clarify or clear yourself as in an intuitive process called soul abundance, your vibration gets clearer. And when it's clear, you'll attract in the right part, the right components for your life, the right path, the right work, the right love, and the right health. Now, does that mean everything's going to be hunky-dory? No, there's more to soul abundance than just honing your or tuning your note. There's a lot more to it, including learning how to transform problems to prosperity. So how did I get from intuition to that? I don't know, but anyway, I did it. I guess it's one of my favorite subjects. It's the one that I've come to Earth to do, is to learn it and also teach it. I've written a book on it, have a course on it, and there's a lot of free stuff on it for you under the Soul Abundance tab on my website, spiritmediumtv.com, being a page on my website. Okay, so now we are now going to go to a prayer energy connection, and then I will go to the phone lines. I do have one donation that is new for today. That's Timothy, and let me just see what's going on over here, because there could be a couple of things here that came in. No, that's good. I'm glad, because when you make donations during the show, I could miss them. And last week there were two. I'm going to look in the queue right now just to see if that person is, there's two people that never got their readings, and I asked them to come back this week, or I would have refunded it. Well, I don't see the first one. Let me just quickly, just bear with me for a moment. And I don't see the second one right now. So we only have one donation, and that would be Timothy. Okay, Timothy, I'm coming to you now. See if I can find you. There he is. Oh, wait, we didn't do the prayer energy connection, Timothy. I forgot to do that. Let me put you back in the queue for a second. I won't, you'll be there. I'll find you in a moment, but I need to do the prayer energy connection first, love, okay? All right, love. Okay, so everybody listening, please sit back in your respective locations. Uncross your arms and legs. Start to breathe from your abdomen, breathing in deeply. And on the exhale, letting go of any and all tensions you might feel at this time. Releasing and letting go. Continuing to breathe from your abdomen. And relaxing on the exhale. Now, if you are wanting an other side connection, we have a few of those in the queue, please call in your loved ones now from the spirit realm, being open to who does show up. If you have a life question, please focus on that as well. While you do that, I'm going to silently invoke the master prayer. I'll be back in a second. And now, on your next exhale of breath, please release into the space about you your energy, and I will connect us. One moment, please. Okay, good. So I'm going to Timothy then. Hey, Timothy, you might think, why can't Laura just do my question right away? Well, one time I did forget on the show, and I noticed a big difference between doing that little energy connection and not. So that's why. So go ahead, honey, give me your question.
Oh, no. I didn't think that at all. So it's fine. More energy. Hey, whatever you got to do, I'm with it. So my life question is trying to tap into spirituality, change career/job. I get a job, kind of a job offer from an old boss of mine. And we used to work together years ago. He's kind of like putting back the gang together. I was just wondering if Spirit could tell me if this might be a good opportunity.
Okay. So you want to know if the job you've sort of been offered is a good opportunity. Well, I think I'm going to ask silently if you will be offered it, or if it is a firm opportunity, before I go into if it's good. So just bear with me for a moment, my New York friend. Yes, you will be offered a position, and it will not take much longer than now. You wouldn't be you would be looking forward to this position. It would be a very exciting position. It would have more money, has more visibility. It seems to have more glamour than anything exposure. It feels exciting, very exciting. And it would elevate you, bring you up somehow. I feel it's dynamic, very dynamic, and a very good opportunity for you and your skill set. So I do feel you're going to get it, and you want to know if it's a good opportunity for you. I'm getting this exciting, but I think there's another part to the question, and it is it solid? You know, it could be exciting, but maybe kind of erratic, right? So let me look at that. See what they. It's a very solid position. And you shouldn't even doubt it, really. There won't be many ups and downs. It feels like it's a job, a job with a salary, okay, not a freelance.
Okay.
So maybe it could potentially arrive, you're thinking, in two different ways, but it will be given or offered as a potential job. And it would be very much to your liking, very good for you, a lot of opportunity there. I feel it's somehow in media or communications, but there's a lot of stability in what you would be doing there. So don't overlook this position. It would be a very good one for you.
Okay. Just when I needed to hear. Thank you so very much. I'm definitely going to go listen back and go to your website. I'm trying to do some browsing meditation stuff, trying to spiritually, like you said, get the signs coming in, get on that frequency where hopefully this job and other things open up. So thank you very much.
Yeah, you're in a kind of field, or you're trying to be in a field that does require a good mindset, because it's not just your traditional kind of work, if you will. Positions are few far between, only doted out to those who deserve them. But one of the ways to increase your chances of moving ahead in this field is to know that it's your path, know that you deserve it because it is what you're good at. And that is part of the soul abundance things. You might want to check that out. Go to Spirit Medium TV, okay. You'll see it there. And understand that when we're in alignment for who we really are, our true purpose, that there's nothing to be fearful about. Things flow to us. So be ready for it, okay?
Okay, sounds good. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Tim. Bye-bye, honey. Just want to make sure nobody's going in there like a little gremlin, and somebody did. That's Eva. Eva! Eva's my friend since high school, everybody, and she just made a donation. Let me go find my Eva. Eva is a psychic too, everybody. Hi, Eva.
How are you?
I'm great.
What are you up to?
Now, your donation goes in part to help animals. Eva, thank you so much. And I just want to say to everybody listening that Eva knew me and my mother for many, we grew up in the same, yeah. She was in the Brooklyn side, I was on the Queens side of the boroughs in New York, but we ended up in the same high school, which was something else.
Was in Brooklyn, and the boys' gym was in Brooklyn, and the girls' gym was in Queens. So.
Yeah, I know. It's right on the divine line. But the thing that always got me, we were in, all of us, Eva, myself, we all didn't work in the psychic or spiritual realm, until the earth kind of changed and we were shaken out of what we did before. And my mother had met Eva on the train going into Manhattan. My mother was a psychic and a medium and an astrologer, but she also was a legal secretary. She met Eva one day, right, Eva? Isn't this how she told you? I think it was on the train. Didn't she tell you?
She told me on the train that my whole life would change when I was 40.
Didn't she tell you you were psychic and that you would be doing that work somewhere along the line?
She told me I would be doing the work, which of course, I didn't believe it because that's what my father did. And, you never do what your father does. And it happened.
Yeah. And so funny.
Really happened.
It happened. And she told me that I was very psychic when I was younger. And I says, you got to be kidding me. I was not into this at all. Okay. So enough pitter patter. Tell me what your question is, my dear.
Well, I've been dreaming about my mother a lot. And she loved you. She thought you were a really fun person, and I'd like to know what is going on with her, because I'm getting such sadness around. So I think that someone that I know is passing, and I just want to know what the hell is going on.
All right, well, let's see. And for everybody listening, do not give me background before you make a request. Okay, everybody listening, and it's okay, Evie. No, I'll go beyond that.
Okay,
Hold
thank
on.
you.
Let me see if I can pull her in. And by the way, Spirit doesn't work on it's not like going to McDonald's ordering a hamburger, but we'll see what we pull in. Okay, well, I'm going to go for evidence right now till I have a firm ID, and then we'll go to personal. We'll find out. The first thing I get is with your mother's health. I get a lot of pain around the heart, around the heart area, particularly at the esophagus level, middle of the chest into the heart area, pain in that area. I don't know how your mother passed, but I'm saying it would probably be something to do with that part of the chest. Would just answer yes or no. Would that make sense to you, please? Yes or no?
It does.
Okay.
A lot of sense.
She also says it was a lot of karma. She says a lot of karma surrounding her death, and that she could not get the proper air into her lungs, and she felt like she was choking a lot. Would that make sense to you, please? Yes or no?
Yeah, it does.
Okay. Your mother said. Okay, your mother says that she was a very spiritual person, just like you in many ways, Eva. Although you didn't listen to her a lot, there was a lot of love between the two of you. You always wanted to go your own way, do your own thing. You always had your own thoughts and ideas, and your mother's saying she respected you for that. She says, but in some ways, what she just said a moment ago, the two of you are very much alike. You're both very spiritual. Do you understand when Mom says that you're both spiritual, please? Yes or no?
Yeah,
right.
Exactly. My mother actually had all the witchcraft books before I had them.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
And do you understand when she says that, she tried to tell you what to do here and there, but you had a mind of your own? Yes or no?
Yes, definitely.
All right.
Don't marry this one. Don't marry that one.
All right. Now she's going into something, there's a lot of karma surrounding her death and a lot of mystery around it, which you know about this mysterious aspect of her passing and why it really happened and when it happened. Sometimes you wonder if there was a tragic mistake or something tragic around your mother's passing that you really didn't know about. You don't know the whole story, if you will. You're thinking about that a lot, and that's what's coming in for you, she says right now, is understanding the nature of her passing, understanding why it happened, when it happened, and if it happened naturally, or if there was something done incorrectly to her. And that is why these messages are coming in for you. She's saying, you're asking Spirit a lot about me, about where I am right now. You're asking for feelings from me or messages from me. And the message is around my passing, she wants to tell you. I want to tell you about my passing. She says, I know your real name, but she's saying it, Helene, you do not have to worry about my passing. She says, you are a very special girl. She says, you need to take your resources to the next level. Don't worry about me anymore. I'm not trying to give you messages to worry you. It is that you are worried about me that you feel there are messages. So it's just the opposite, she says. I love you completely. My passing was an organized transition from the spirit realm. It was my time to go. There were not any mishaps in my health and caring. I was supposed to leave Earth when I did. And by the way, I was happy to leave when I did, even though I did not tell you or communicate with you at that time. So you have no closure. You always are thinking it wasn't meant to be. I shouldn't have left that way. She says, but I was supposed to go then. I was supposed to go then. She said, the door to spirit opened and I went through it at that time. It was a miserable transition for me. I was not thinking of anyone but myself at that time. And I have to apologize to you for not letting you in on everything. Your mother is here right now to give you a bit of closure about her transition because you didn't have that. So she's trying to let you know it was supposed to happen. She apologized. She feels she left that thing unfinished with you. It's her fault, but she wants you to understand that she was sick. She didn't feel well. She could hardly talk at the time. And she was also woozy and in and out of consciousness a lot. She was unable to really set everything right before she transitioned. There's also an element of money around this, which you think about from time to time. All that. Now, I know some of this, everybody, I don't know everything. I know about the money. I didn't know about the passing, but I do know about the money. Let me just see that. There's an element of thinking about how my monies were dispersed or given to all of the children, you and your siblings. She says there was nothing given by chance. Everything was thought out completely by me, and I think she's talking about your sister. But everything is the way it's supposed to be. She said nothing really was done. She's using the word by chance, but she just means she's saying there were no mistakes made. Everything is the way it's supposed to be. And I want you to release this and to have some closure about it now. She says, I would give my life for you that you would be happy. She says, I love you so much. She shows me a pair of earrings. They have pearls on them, or they're little earrings, little pearl earrings. So if you have something like that, let me just see what she wants to say. I give you everything I can give you. I only have what I have to give you and nothing more. Do you have any of her jewelry?
No, I don't have one piece of it.
Oh, not even that. So you're like,
Sore spot with my sister.
yeah, I understand.
Not one piece.
Yeah. And your mother is saying, ooh, Mom, you sure you want me to say this? She says, and you were my favorite, you know. She says, we were so close.
Well,
She says,
and
she says, I gave you everything I had before I went there. So you have some of her stuff, though, from before that, is what she's saying. You do have some of her stuff, maybe something that she gave you when you were younger. Did she give you anything?
absolutely no idea. But I will definitely check again. But as far as I can see, I have nothing.
Oh, well, she's showing me a pair of little pearl earrings. They have a little, what do you call it, gold or silver base, and then they dangle down a little bit. So look for something like in your stuff. See if you
I'll
could
see
find
what
it.
I could come up with. But it's just thank you. I really appreciate that.
She says that little girl of yours is fantastic. I think you have a granddaughter now, don't you?
Yeah, she's hysterical.
She says she's fantastic.
We call her Mother Superior.
Ah, she says, give everybody my love, and I love you very much. She says, thanks for allowing me to come in this evening.
Thank you so much, Laura. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, sweetheart. I wish I could take the pain away for you, but only time and God can help with that. So,
But thank you. You helped a lot. You solved a couple of things, okay? And that was really incredible.
oh, thank you, honey.
And I appreciate it a lot. No, I'll let you talk to everybody else too. I don't want to hog up the whole session.
All right, sweetheart. Thank you so much, love, for calling in, love. And donation. Thank you.
Take care.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Okay, now Eva's my friend. I know her for years. She made a donation, which is very nice of her. I'm going to go to Tia now, who is the first caller in. I just want to make sure, Tia, that there's nobody that did make a donation besides Eva. Looks like we're good to go. Just make sure there's nobody else. Good. Okay, coming to Tia. Hi, Tia. You still there? Hi, sweetie.
I'm here, yeah.
Okay, good. Sorry it took so long to get to you. Actually, it's not too bad. Actually, we're only 30 minutes into the show. That's pretty good. Okay, so you're wanting another side connection. Let's see who we can pull in for you. Yeah, 2, 3, 1. I feel that they're okay. I feel a couple of things around you. One of them is a sense of a female to you in spirit that would have a mother energy or a loving, sweet, unconditional love to her. The other thing I feel very strongly around you, and I don't know what this is yet because it just hit me like a flash, but I have a sense of a younger male to you. Let me see where he is, if he's in spirit or on earth. Okay, do you have a male sibling in the spirit realm, like a brother, please? Okay. Let me just see then. Who will step forward, please, for Tia? Mother. Okay, mother will be speaking. A mother figure, so just be, loose about that. That could mean a grandma, it could mean an aunt, it could mean a lot of things. It could be a woman that was like a mother. The first thing I want to say is I do feel a more full-figured female in front of me, or I sense that, a bit of a full-figured person, if you will. I also see that she has curly hair. And I'm not sure what to make of this, but she is wearing a hat right now. The hat could be symbolic of something. So I'm going to ask her to just take the hat off for a moment. She's very attractive in a very, she has like a gypsy feel to her, if you will. She has a gypsy feel. She has high cheekbones. She has big almond eyes. She's a very kind person. She's coughing a bit to show me that she has some difficulty breathing when she's transitioning. And she also shows me a few other things going on with her body. But I'm not going to go into detail on that just yet. I just want to come back to you. Do you know anyone that fits that broad description, please?
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
All right. Well, she does. Don't tell me who it is yet, darling. Okay. Let me continue with evidence, and then we'll come back to ID of that. And so what I get is in the chest area, I do see there's something going on, not only with the coughing, like I mentioned before, but I also see that there's a problem in the breasts, if you will. Would that make sense to you for who you're thinking of, please?
It would make sense for me. I've had breast cancer.
Oh, okay.
She hasn't.
She hasn't. Okay, well, then we'll take it for you. But the choking or the feeling of not breathing in the chest area does make sense for this person, correct? Okay, good. And she's a mother of yours of some sort, she says, but not identical to being a mother. She says in some ways she's removed from you family-wise, but in spirit or in love and holding your hand and being around for you when you were little. She says she was there for you, if you will. She was there when you were little. And so I don't know what that means in terms of her relationship. I'm allowing her to talk to you now, okay, through me. She says, I was there. She says, I was there when you were born, or I was around you when you were very little when you were born. Now, for who you're thinking of, would that make sense, please? That she would have been around you?
Not in spirit, but
on earth, honey.
on earth, yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's what she meant, on earth. She was around you when you were born. There's also the word of christening. Would you understand that you had a christening, please, when you were a baby?
I know that.
Okay. But she's using the word christening. So if you're not of a Catholic or Christian background, then that would be incorrect. So I'll just leave that on the side then. Okay, darling? Are you Catholic or Christian? Different religion, please.
I was Catholic, yeah. I have faith.
Oh, well, then you were.
Very spiritual.
Oh, okay. So then this is correct in that there probably was a christening, and she probably was around for it. She just knows of it. You see what I'm saying? She's giving us evidence about it.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. So she's a pretty good communicator. So okay. So that means that you were christened, probably most likely you were christened, and that she was around for that too. She says she gives you her love from spirit world. She loves you very much. She says thanks for asking her to come in today. She feels like an aunt to you, if you will. Would you understand aunt, please? All right. She's holding a shopping bag of goodies for you right now, something she wants to give you. She loves you very, very much, holds out her hand to you. She says thanks for being there for her when you needed her. She's giving you, you sure I'm going to ask her this? You sure you want me to give her this? I'm talking to your aunt. You can, if you're worried, are you going to have, because she's showing me a prosthetic. As if you might need that.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do the surgery, no.
You're not going to do the surgery. Let's see what she's talking about. Oh, yeah. I don't know. I don't want to be in the middle of this if she wants to tell you what to do. You know what I mean? But I want to get a clear message out of her about this. Let me see what else she has. I can't reject what she's giving you. I have to give it to you, right? Of course. We can't put it, we can't put it back in the bag. It's out of the bag, but there's a prosthetic in case you wanted it or needed it. She just wants you to know she's there for you all the time. Just use her in your prayers at night to help with energy and loving and healing. She does say you will be ultimately fine from all of this disease and misfortune. She says you're giving yourself a lot of healing right now. You're working on a psycho-spiritual level of forgiveness. And she says that is very good. That will help tremendously. And she's also showing me a man in your life that needs a lot of forgiveness, that you're working on that to clear your energy and vibration. She says with that, you will recuperate even faster than you thought. So if you are doing that, she's confirming that for you. Would that make sense to you, please?
Yeah.
All right. You're, working on that forgiveness level is the key to all this healing, she says, and she loves you very much, gives you a big kiss. Big kiss. All right, honey? Thank you so much, honey. Thank you, love.
Thank you.
Thank you, love. Bye-bye. Okay, I'm going to Silsan. Silsan. Am I getting that correctly, please? The name? Am I saying that right? Yeah.
With an F,
F.
Friday.
Oh, Philsan with an, like in Frank, F like in Philsan, right? It's with an F, an S.
Yeah.
All right, sweetheart. Go ahead and ask your question, and don't give me a lot of background, okay, darling? Go ahead.
I just want to know what's coming up for me as far as career.
All right. You're very fortunate and gifted child. You have a lot of things going on in your life right now. You really don't know what your gifts are, but somebody is saying you're very, very fortunate and very, very gifted. It's something that you do that you really, really love to do. It's looking to me like it would be a creative artistic talent, that you're having trouble applying that or finding a way to use that, or maybe you don't even believe that you have it, but you're very gifted. Now, would you understand that you're creative, please? I'm not sure how to place that in your life. All right. It looks visual, like as if I see you sketching and doing things visual. Would you understand that, please?
Yeah.
All right. So you're very gifted. I'm getting chills when I say that. Extremely creative, extremely gifted, but it's something that you're holding back on, and you sort of keep it to yourself. It's almost like you're a closet artist, if you will, and you don't really feel that that this is going to work for you. So we have to find out how it can. And we have to find out, because that's what you're supposed to do, right? Have you thought about moving to, say, a big urban center like New York or something? You should be doing.
New York, no. I'm kind of like,
But where?
I don't know.
Where were you thinking of going? Are you just thinking right now?
Just like California or somewhere near the water.
Well, you should go to a place where you can, where there's more opportunity for creativity. I got more New York design, illustration, fashion, but you could use it in California also. It could be, using different ways there. But you definitely should go to more of an urban setting, an urban center. And So I think maybe what you might want to do is take a trip to New York before you go to California, just to see, all right? And I want to see if I get it, because that's where you're going to have your opportunity, is someplace in New York, California. I got more New York though, and I want to insist on, because I think it needs to be a give and take here. It needs to be also what you're feeling, because if you hate New York, nobody can force it on you. So let me just see something here. Yeah. There's a connection for you in New York. You must have a friend there, or you know somebody there. Do you know anybody there, honey, right now? Because I get somehow there's a connection for you in New York. Do you know any?
Yeah, I do know the people that are there, but I'm not close to anyone.
Okay. It does, you don't have to be too close either. I want to say that added in. So what I'm getting is they're showing me on the map of Manhattan, in the right, see in the 30s, street numbers are like in the 30s, and in the middle of of Manhattan, which is Park or Fifth Avenue, 30s. In that area, there's somebody that you know that can help you get involved in design and illustration. And it would also be could be involved with media as well. So if you don't, try that. You can look into that a little bit. You can also do California. I feel though that your biggest opportunity will start in New York, and then you can move to California. But New York's weather's not the best, so I'll give you that. But so you need to know you're very, very gifted and talented. You need to know you need to be in a place where creativity is rewarded and there's opportunity, because that's the missing link here. And those are the two clues to move forward. Don't give yourself away like this, spirit message. Don't give yourself away like that all the time. You're giving away your gifts for free because you don't understand that they are gifts, and that you should be remunerated. You should value them so you're remunerated. The way we put value on our gift, the way we start to do our dharma, the work we came to earth to do, it's in alignment with our gifts, is starting to value it. So you have to value it. How do you value it? By putting an energy exchange for the work. Some people can't afford things, so you're being very nice, you're giving them things for free, but they have to give you something back for free, even if it's a good recommendation, if you will. But in most cases, you should be charging for the work that you're already doing, and honoring it, because the more you honor it, the more you will find employment and or freelance work in the industry. Does that make sense to you?
Yes.
Okay, you're going to get ahead with this. Don't overlook it. Okay, that's what you need to do.
So I don't need to go to school for that.
Oh, that's a good question. It cannot hurt to go to school for it. As a matter of fact, you might be going to school for it, but you can also start using it in some way where you're paid for it. So it's good to have credentials. Always is good to have credentials. And so look for a place to go to school also, as part of this. But the main thing is that this is your career. Don't overlook that. But I would say, yes, you probably could get you could get some credentials to go with it, to tune up everything a little bit. But also you can start to charge for some of the stuff you're already doing. Okay? You're welcome, honey. Thanks. Bye. Yeah. All right, great. That was wonderful. Okay, let me just make sure something before I do that. I want to make sure I haven't overlooked. Oh, there is somebody who has made a donation. Please don't make any more donations, because I don't want to skip you and I don't want to miss you. Find out how to reach this person, Danielle. And her number is 910. I have to look for her in the queue. Okay, 910, Danielle. There she is. Hello, Danielle. How are you this evening?
Good. How are you?
Oh, you're the person that you were writing me, I think, on Facebook, right? About the the vertigo. Yeah. Okay. So everybody, just to update you on what I do know is Danny has gifts. She's a medium. She sees spirit. We didn't talk a lot about this, but spirit is telling me, you see spirit, you feel spirit, you know energy, you sense energy about you, and you're very clairvoyant, you see a lot. You are very gifted at this, and you're a healing individual as well. You should not give up your gifts because of the vertigo. We're going to go into that now. Let's see what they say. You're not grounding properly on a spiritual level. That is one thing we'll talk about in a moment. The other thing is you're not eating correctly. You're eating more starchy foods than you should be eating at this time in your life. They're telling me you're eating a lot of carbohydrates like rice and filler things like, starchy foods. Would that make sense to you, please? Okay. It's not good for you anymore. You've changed. Your vibration has changed. You've shifted energetically. And you need to give up things that are making you off balance chemically. Continuing with the messages, one moment, please. What this is doing, this kind of a diet, is it is releasing something into the eardrum or into the ear. Remember we talked about crystals, but it was a little different. You had written to me about crystals, but what they're showing me is it's creating crystals that are in the eardrum, like salt crystals. So too much sugar, too many sweets, too many starches, too many refined carbohydrates, that would be, is causing an imbalance in your system, which is causing a byproduct, crystals in your ear, your inner ear, your ear, which is throwing your balance. So from a physical perspective, it's a dietary change, drinking a lot of fluids, getting a lot of rest, because your biology has changed quite a bit in that you can no longer eat junk food. You have to eat clearer and clearer food. The more you do this, right, the more you eat a higher diet, high level diet, organic vegetables, fruits, as much as you can. I know it's expensive, but as much as you can eat a clean diet with, whatever goes with that, some protein with that, but stay away from anything that's not the whole food, not the real food. This will help put your bile balance back. And also will relieve a lot of the anxiety that you're feeling. There's a free floating feeling that you have. It's almost like an out-of-body experience. This is what you're calling vertigo, but it's really more than vertigo. It's like a free floating feeling. It's like you're not in your body completely. So just to summarize, clean up the diet to real food and learn how to ground better. But nothing's going to happen until you learn how to ground. Spirit is I'm sorry. Nothing is going to happen until you clean the diet up. I know it sounds weird because we're talking about a spiritual thing, but nothing will change till the diet gets cleaned up because your vibration is going to a higher frequency. You're being tuned like a tuning fork or like an instrument. Right? And as you're being tuned, your body can't tolerate anything that's not organic, real, clean food. And then you can also practice grounding, but grounding is not going to work if you're not cleaning the instrument. You have to clean the instrument. So, yeah. So, imagine that you were a beautiful violin, right? And you were constantly sticking the violin in a case of tar or a box of tar. You're not going to be able to function. So you have to clean everything and keep doing that because you're being attuned to a higher frequency and a higher vibration right now so that you can help the people that you want to help. So you could do the work you want to do. You are a really giving person. You are a really loving person, and you must do this work. It is part of your soul contract, this go around. Do not be thinking that the vertigo is a warning you shouldn't do it. It's actually the training ground. So it's a good thing. It's a good thing that this is happening to you. Do you have any questions, Danny?
Do you know how much longer I'm going to have this? Because this has been going on for months. I mean, I have been using crystals and doing grounding meditations, and I have been, for the most part, eating organic. I mean, I do, like you said, I am eating a lot of like pasta.
Well,
stuff,
don't eat it.
And I every now and then I'll have bad habits of snacking. But
Well, that's good that you're doing mostly the right diet. But they literally pointed out to me, well, they didn't say pasta, they said rice, but anything like that is not good for you. It's a starch right now. I know it sounds strange, but that's what they're saying you need to do to clean your frequency. And then the grounding will work. It's not going to work till you get rid of the starch. Now, you may be saying, but I thought, well, that was good for me if it's whole wheat or whole grain. And actually, the latest research says that it's high carbohydrate, but meaning vegetables, but low sugar starch is the healthiest diet. With some, if you are vegan, you have to do vegan, of course, but if you eat animal protein, you can do some good wild caught fish or something like that, but with protein. In other words, the healthiest diet for the human, and particularly for one that is going through an attunement, is a low starch carbohydrate diet. So just adding that into what you're doing, that's what they say will help relieve some of this for you, and that you'll be feeling much better in a couple of weeks. But you need to do that first before anything else is going to fall into place. Okay, my dear?
thank you so much.
Thank you, love. God bless. Bye-bye. Thanks. Okay, let's see if there's anybody else that I'm overlooking. Okay, good. I'm now going to go to, we have a lot of people waiting. I apologize. I can't get to everybody. I'm going to Casey. Casey, you have a life question. Please fire away, my dear.
Yes, this is Chase. I'm calling from Georgia, and my question is, I just wanted to know if the guy I'm dealing with is cheating with another woman,
Oh,
and should I leave?
all right. What is his, can you give me the initials of that person, please?
His initial is S and U, S-U.
S-U. S like it's U isn't up. Okay. S-U.
Yes.
Now, I'm going to say something before I give you the psychic answer, and that is, if one has to ask that question, it's probably not a good omen, but let me check it out. S-U. Well, first of all, you're extremely intelligent. You shouldn't really let anybody push you around. There's a certain amount of pushing around in this relationship. He is lying to you a lot of the time about a lot of things that he does. It's even more, there's more to this than just cheating. It's like he's not very nice to you. He's not very nice to you. He's a very pushy person, very aggressive individual. He doesn't listen to you a lot of the time, and he's out on his own. He's really doing the things he wants to do without telling you if he's cheating. I also feel that you're in a position to need him. You need him for survival. Right now, maybe he's helping you out. You may have a child with him, but there's some level of dependence financially. Hold on. Hold on, honey. Let me just finish, love. I'm silent for a reason. I'm focusing on the cheating question. There's so much bad stuff there, though, and I see a dependence that you need him right now. So, but the cheating could be even irrelevant, but let me just go to it because you asked me. Spirit says no one else would want him. I thought that was kind of funny. He's not cheating, but he's abusive, and he's leaving time out of his schedule. He would do it if he could, but right now he's not. So this is a very complicated thing, but not for me. When you're in it, it's complicated. Looking at it from the outside, you need him right now. He's not a very nice person. He does whatever he wants to do, when he wants to do it, and he pushes you around. Okay, this is what I'm seeing here. So I would suggest, well, let's look at it this way. Would he ever be nice to you? I'm going to look at that, because if he's never going to be nice to you, then you need to make plans to leave him. Maybe not right instantly, okay, because you can't afford to do it right now. But eventually, it could be a long-term empowerment plan for you. But let me just see something. I forgot what I was going to look at. Hold on. S-U. Oh, should she leave him eventually, please? Will he ever get better? That was the question. S-U. Will he ever get better, please? He's not going to change. He's suffering from what they call male entitlement syndrome, like a macho thing. You understand what I mean by that?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got control, he's got power, he's man, he's doing everything his own way. He wants you to fall back, do what he wants. Listen to him. When he's ready to do something, he'll do it. He wants things his own way. He's very, very difficult to get along with. You're a very sweet person. You're also highly intelligent. I suggest that you get some skills under your belt and get a job and eventually plan to leave. But you need, you're in the driver's seat. I can only tell you what I'm getting. Okay. You're in the driver's seat. It's your life. And I'm not supposed to run it for you. That would be unethical of me. But this is the answer from spirit, is eventually you should make plans to become more independent of that situation because it's highly toxic for you.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, thank you so much.
You're welcome, love. And you should be happy. You should have happiness. And I feel there's a child around this situation. Do you have a child with him?
No, I don't.
Oh, well, that's good. At least you don't, at least that's not holding you back. All right. So I think you should plan to move on is the answer. Okay.
Okay.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you, honey. Bye-bye.
Mhm.
Okay. I'm going to Keisha. Hey, Keisha. Thank you for being so pleasant and patient.
Hi, Laura. How are you?
I'm good. How are you, darling?
Good as well.
Good. So go ahead, honey. Give me your question.
About my love life. I want to know when I'm going to start dating or be in a serious relationship, or because I've been doing a lot of clearing work.
All right.
So
Let's look at this. I'm going to check the clearing first. Yeah. I do feel that you are at a point now where you don't feel you need to protect yourself. You're going to allow yourself to be vulnerable again. With a big wall around you, or feeling of like you push people away maybe, or you weren't even allowed close to you. You're fearful of intimacy, fearful of people getting close to you. But now with this new clearing attitude, you're much more capable of being in an intimate relationship and allowing it to be what it is and flow where it needs to go. And so carrying this forward, I see the fall is a time where you will be meeting somebody very special. Not right now, because that person is not in town right now. He's out of town. But he would be coming back into town during the fall, and you would get to know him very easily and very simply through work or through something related to work. So for now, just keep in the space, keep amusing yourself, doing what you're doing. But get ready for a relationship in the fall. That's what I'm seeing for you.
okay, Laura, thank you.
All right, honey. Thank you. Have a beautiful day, darling. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Okay, and now T is wanting an other side connection, and it's the end of the show practically. But I will do, T, what I can do. Are you there, T? All right, let's see what we can do. I felt, and I think I've already done this for you once before, an older woman feels. So we're going to have to work through that recording thing going off in the background of 90 seconds, whatever. And then the show will be over, but I will attempt to make a connection for you, okay? This is for T. Let's see who wants to step forward for T. Well, I do see an older woman for you who is she has a broad, big build, if you will. Very, very strong body, very big build, taller than most. She's on the taller side. I also feel that she might have had some kind of ulcerations or wounds in her body that might have even had a specific stench coming from them, as if something to do with smell around her, like she's suffering a lot, like she has like unhealed wounds on her legs and things like that. Now, from those two things, can you think of anybody that would fit that, please?
The only thing is, it sounds like it could be a grandparent, but I'm not sure because she wasn't that tall.
Okay, but did either of your grandmothers have ulcerated wounds, particularly in the legs or something like that?
Okay. So, like that or something?
Like what, honey?
The staph infection?
Yeah, there's some kind of an infection in her body that's actually giving off an odor. I don't know if an infection would do that, but it was she said it was difficult for people to come close to her or get close to her towards the end of her life. There was a certain amount of stench coming from the wounds that this thing was creating in her body. She says she loves you very much. And she says something about heart. What do you mean by heart, please? Your heart is very special, T. You're a very special person. And I give my heart to you. I love you very much. She also says, thanks for asking me to come in this evening to take care of you or give you advice about your life. She says, I love you very much. She also says, I did not suffer very much when I transcended or, went to spirit. She says, however, I did suffer more when I was on earth with those wounds she says, on her legs and things like that. Staph wounds, staph infection. You're a very giving person, she says to you. You're a very loving person. She shows me brother to you or sibling to you. Do you have a brother in spirit, love? Okay, I guess that's who
No,
you.
not in spirit.
Oh, but on earth. Okay. All right. Now, do you want me to go? She seems to be wanting to give you a personal message. Do you want a personal message from her, honey, or were you wanting something else? All right. So let's see what she says. She was not tall, but a little taller than most around her age. All right, Grandma. She seems to be a little broad in her body type, a little bit bigger.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she's broad.
Yeah.
All right, she can understand that. All right, so she also shows me that she would have been up your father's line. Would you understand that, please? All right. She says that you're not like other people on earth. She says you're a giver, not a taker. She says that's what you're supposed to be doing with your life is giving, not taking. She says on earth, it is so hard to be the giver and not the taker. She says, because earth is set up for the takers to win all the time. She says, but you need to understand that your healing heart will be rewarded someday, even though at times it feels so hard to express it, that it's so hard to get support from others in doing what you want to do with your life. She said, but at some point, all of what you are, everything that you need to do is going to work out for you. Keep the faith. Know that you're very different, that you're very special because you're a giver, not a taker, because you're a healer. She loves you very much and gives you a deep blessing of love. You're welcome, T. And I also see the color blue around you as if she's throwing a netting of blue light around you to heal you, to give you peacefulness. So she's using the word sobriety about your purpose. It doesn't mean that you're a drinker or anything. It's something, the word sobriety is used in a different way here, just to be grounded about it and to be taking care of yourself. So she's giving you a blue light for grounding and healing and accepting your purpose, even though at times it's really, really hard to be who you are. Okay, my dear?
Thank you so much. Is my brother okay?
On Earth? The one on Earth? Oh, well, she says he will be asking you for advice soon and more money. She says, don't give it to him. Don't give it to him. All right, love.
All right.
All right.
He's been asking all week, actually.
Well, he's going to do it again. Don't give it to him. He needs to learn how to take care of himself now. He's a little too old for that. Thank you very much, she says. Okay? All right. Thank you.
All right.
Thank you, honey. Bye-bye.
All right.
Okay, bye-bye, love. All right, everybody, thank you so much for allowing Spirit to be of service. If Spirit was of service to you, of course. I love doing this with you. I will be back in 2 weeks, not next week, but the week after, which, wait a minute, 8 plus, oh, that would be the 15th. Okay, great. Everybody have a beautiful evening. God bless.
Blog Talk Radio. Goodbye.